Be sure to go to flipsidegaming.com and use promo code 6 for 10% off on orders over $10. Do the same with the Grizzly Gentleman, 10% off at checkout on your fantastic beard products. Or you could shop via the TCG Player affiliate link in the description down below to help support the show. And last but of course not least, you can go to Grey Viking Games with the affiliate link below to pillage some sweet arena codes. What is up, Planeswalker6 back with some more Magic the Gathering Arena, and happy birthday, Mellow Kitty. Mellow Kitty is a supporter of the channel. She, apparently, it's her birthday. So, she was like, hey, can we play some snow? We're playing some snow. For what it's worth, she said mono green snow. I didn't want to play mono green snow. I wanted to play with a Jorn, God of Winter, aka Icewind Dale. So I decided his name is Dale, and he brings the Icewind. He's literally Icewind Dale. Anyway, yeah, this is a snow deck that attempts to kind of be a tempo-y, mid-rangey style thing. Look, frankly, I don't know. I just wanted to play with some cool snow cards. So we're playing with some cool snow cards, as I usually do. That's my brief overview. I'll talk more about the individual card choices once I finish. But I just tried to play all of like the good snow cards in Sultai. See if it works out. I want to thank everyone who's been using any of my partners, sponsors, whatever you want to call it. Grey Viking Games, Flipside Gaming, potentially going through TCG Player, bearded gentleman, grizzly gentleman, all that stuff. It really does help out the channel. Here, I think we're fine with just playing this turn one. Put a mulligan once. Deadpool Rising. Funny, haha. There we go. The main thing I wasn't sure about, honestly, was Graven Lore. Like, potentially I could make, like, probably just maybe a Simic, like, tempo snow deck that uses Ascendant Spirit a lot better. Has, like, counter spells, grow spirals, things like that. But I wanted to play this. Llanowar Elves on turn one. A little frightening, not gonna lie. We love the Uro. Uro, not a snow card, but a good card. That's kind of what's important. Rostodon. All right, so we're going up against an annoying deck. Unfortunately, we can't play Uro. We really don't want to play it into the Rostodon anyway. So we're probably just gonna get beat down. I can make this into a 2/3, so that's nice. My opponent is almost certainly going to collect a company here. Interesting. See if they stomp on it. Now they company. That's so strange. Well, if I can live until Blood on the Snow. Let's see. I could make this a 4/4 to block poorly. Let's see. This essentially is just going to block probably this. 3, 4. Yeah, I think what I need to do. Gotta get a swamp. Trying to figure out if it's still correct, if it's correct. So I'll go down to 13. I can't gain life because of Rampaging Rostodon. I put an additional land into play, and essentially I just have to hope that I can top deck a land. So if I block here, I was up 13. Block here, take 8, go down to 5. I die either way to Embercleave. Trying to think. I guess I could play like land, Gruul Woman, and Goblin. Maelstrom Pulse wouldn't do it. I need exactly Blood in the Snow, and unfortunately, that might not even... If I'm at 5, I still might die regardless. Okay, going for something here, main phase. Emissary, sure. So this is technically 1 less damage I have to deal with. Dahlia. That's 1 more damage I have to deal with. Yeah, they didn't discard, they have Stomp. So if I blocked like this and take, math is hard, 8, 11, then I die to Stomp, so I have to... Oh, I could technically clear this again. So I think I have to block there, so I don't die to Stomp. So I'll end up at 4. Yeah, ending up at 4 is not great. I need to top deck a land. That's a land. Let's grab an... I guess a forest. I don't think it matters. So we'll cast Blood in the Snow. I'm actually going to get Arrow here. Because next turn, this will be in the graveyard. 1, 2, 3. Damn, I need another land in order to... like, Maelstrom Pulse plus bring this back, but I think I just need the life here. Opponent has 2 cards left, and I don't think just having a 1/1 is going to matter as much if I get burned out. So I think this is correct. We drew a land, fantastic. So next turn I can Maelstrom Pulse. No, I can't because I have 2 of these, darn. Colorless green, black. And then green, green, blue. Okay. Well, I can 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so I can Draugr Necromancer and kill this. I feel like they should have kept that as a land, unless they have another collecting company in hand. Or kept that as a non-land, sorry. So here I think we just burrow to gain additional life. Get rid. Sweet. Wow. I'm honestly, I'm a little surprised that that I was able to pull that one out. Part of it comes down to the fact that Uro is such a great card, even in a deck that doesn't like necessarily take advantage of it. And I honestly thought Blood in the Snow was going to be a bad include. That's why I only ran. That's why I'm only running 2. But I mean, it really helped out there. And the fact, I mean, I guess like running Uro with Blood in the Snow. Did I say sand? Whatever. Is really helpful because it can give you that burst of life, even if you don't get to keep the Uro around. This is a really interesting one that I'm gonna keep. Yeah, this I think is a pretty solid keep. Depending on what they play on turn 1 and turn 2. I mean, my turn 1 obviously is an Ascendant Spirit, but depending on what they play, I could either buff one of my spirits or play another spirit and Blizzard Brawl. Opponent went ahead and mulliganed. So yeah, it really depends on what they play here. I should acknowledge the fact that my opponent is the king of games. Apparently my opponent is a Yami Yugi. Citrus Supplier, alright. Yeah, so I figured this would be Rakdos Arcanist. Yeah, so I don't want to kill this. If they play an Arcanist or a Young Pyromancer, I'm totally fine killing that, though. Interesting. This is sad. Fabled Passage, Thoughtseize. I wonder what they take here. Probably Brawl, right? Like, Brawl is my only removal in this hand. They took the second Ascendant Spirit. I don't know if I agree with that necessarily. I'm never blocking there. Let's go ahead and play this. Since I'm never blocking there, I might as well buff this now. It's not like I have anything I want to kill, so We just go in with the 2/3. Next turn, if I want, I can just make it a 4/4, I suppose. But as usual, it really depends on what my opponent plays here. Going into Boreal Outrider is not terrible, but if they have something that I want to kill, I'm just gonna brawl it. Unless, of course, they kill my... So I guess they could play like Young Pyromancer and then Bloodchief's Thirst. They just put Lurrus in hand. That's fine with me. So here, do I want to just play Boreal Outrider? Or do I want this a 4/4? The issue is, like, the more mana I just invest in this creature, the less great it is. But, like, the fact of the matter is, right? I just have too many lands in my hand. I'm just gonna buff this up to be a 4/4. So my opponent knows 60% of my cards. I mean, if they just play Lurrus here, that's fine with me. Like, they know I have Blizzard Brawl. So there's no way they just play Lurrus here. They're gonna kill my spirit? Yep. That's all. And this mana situation is not great. For what it's worth, I am running 25. But that's because I thought I needed 25. It's possible that I don't. And so my opponent knows I have removal, but they don't know that these are all the lands. And if you're not using the full art snow lands, these are the best forests. Do not at me. That bramble thing, it cannot hold a candle to just some evergreens on a slope with snow. Claim. Okay, so I can kill it unless my Outrider dies. I'm not going to block. You can keep hitting me for a little bit. Yeah, so I have a Bloodchief's Thirst. Unfortunately, this is a sorcery. I mean, it has to be a sorcery, but... Let's see if they have, like, a Heartless Act or something. I guess they could just Village Rites. Considering the fact that Rakdos Arcanist is like a meta deck, I'm kind of satisfied with how I'm doing. I mean, it's possible my opponent just has like a terrible draw, but I think I'm fine with this. We save the Thirst for Lurrus. We would love to draw Graven Lore, Jorn, Narfi, Necromancer, Kraken, like any of those would be great. Still like pretty decent whips for me, for my opponent. Huh, hey look, it's Lore. I'm main phasing this Lore. Don't need this. So, Icebreaker Kraken. Another Outrider. I can Bloodchief Thirst, but I'm not gonna. I can attack, but I don't think I want to. I don't want to give my opponent 3 cards. Artifacts and creatures target opponent controls don't untap during their next unstep step. This apparently costs 6, it'll cost 5 next turn. So I can actually play Boreal Outrider. And this. 1, 2, 3. No, I can't. 1, 2, 3. Why did I think I could do both? I don't know, but my opponent unfortunately didn't attack me. Coward. Yeah, email. Do we just play the Kraken here? Guess so. Ay. What is this email? Ah, right. return 3 snowlands for that? Jam. Jam? Jam! Wow. Maybe I should have just been attacking. Yeah, because I guess I don't care if they play Kroxa, right? Because I just play I just discard Narfi. Claim the firstborn, that's incredibly rude. I'll take 5 damage. I assume they're gonna sack the Boreal Outrider. But like this is this is like 9 damage to your face. Is this Spark Harvest? Of course it's Spark Harvest. Do I want to return this to my hand? I'll be able to just play it again next turn. Sure. Wait, I won't be able to play next turn, dumbass. I can play Narfi though. I had this weird feeling that my opponent legit just has been getting pretty garbage draws. And mills. But I'm fine with that. I hate Darkness. Mostly it's because of Claim the Firstborn, right? I think Claim the Firstborn is a ridiculous card. Okay. Not sure what I want to do with this. Could cast this, or I could just try and kill this piece of shoot. Nice. I think then what I want to do is play the Boreal. 1, 2, 3. Maybe I just play Jorn. Yeah, play target snow permanent card from a graveyard this turn. Kind of need to keep this Bloodchief's Thirst. Because he says snow permanent, right? Yeah, he says snow permanent. So I wouldn't be able to recast this. I guess I could just attack instead of, yeah, I think I'm just gonna attack here. See what he gets. See if he finally gets a Kroxa. Wow. I will admit my opponent has had Garbo mills. Yeah, I think honestly, I think I'm gonna do this. Get this back. Sure, it comes in tapped, but it's just another thing that we can have. Yep, they cast that. I assume they're just gonna go in for Young Peasy. Yeah. Eye cap removal. Just for this. I mean, you kill Luris here. They could potentially get nuts with Young Peasy, but I think you just go after Luris. Then we activate this again. Cast this again. Then we attack with just Narfi, I think. I would like a blocker. Okay. I mean, even if we end up losing this this game, I did better than I thought I would against two like actually played decks, right? Kroxa is fine. We just yeet the Boreal Outrider. We don't want to lose any life, and we can recast things with Caldring, so we don't really care. Guess another claim the first one would suck. They're reading my spirit. This is why I didn't activate this at sorcerer speed, because if they claimed this, like I don't want to take 2 more damage. Or 1 more damage, I guess? Yeah, 1 more damage. It become a 3/4. Yeah. We won against 2 real decks. And this is with draft 1. I think you could definitely go somewhere with this, and at least make it past gold. You know, I mean, right now I'm in silver because I don't like grind. You know, I don't grind ranked and stuff. But I think this deck has potential, if nothing else. I'm really happy with my deck build here. So yeah, I'm just gonna go over the cards. We had 25 lines. I'm just gonna talk about the cards a little bit. So Ascendant Spirit, I think did perfectly fine. I thought that this card would need to be in a tempo shell, but I think even in this kind of mid-rangey style deck, I think this is totally a fine card. You could just do it at instant speed. So it's possible that we want just more instants in the deck in general. Right now we only have Graven Lore, so it's possible we want to work in some like 2 mana removal spells or something. Heartless Axe, eliminates, things like that. That might very well help the deck be rounded out a little bit. The Ascendant Spirit will get better just by the fact that you have more things to do at instant speed. Yeah, I totally fine with this card. Also, it's just like a cheap card that you can bring back with Kaldheim here. 3 Bloodchief's Thirst. I just love the versatility of this card. You kill early game things, or you can scale it up very nicely. I just prefer to use this over Fatal Push right now because we don't have fetch lands. Essentially, we have Fabled Passage. That's it. 2 Blizzard Brawls. I wanted this as like a little bit extra removal, and I think this is totally fine. Yeah, this card's fine. I think having it be a 2 of, perfectly okay. 3 Seasons. We didn't see this in either of the games, unfortunately. And with the number of graveyard decks still running around, I'm not sure it's correct. Oh, it's just you mill 3. For some reason, I thought it was you and your opponent mills 3. Mill 3 cards return. So, okay. No, okay, it's probably still fine. I obviously need to play with it more to see how much I like it. But you mill 3 in a deck where you have Narfis, in a deck where you have Uros, in a deck where you have Kaldheim. Like, that's totally fine, milling those 3. Return up to 2 targets, no permanent cards from your graveyard to your hand. Now, you might say, like, this is, this goes against what you want to be doing with, Uro. But it technically doesn't, because this is up to, right? You don't have to, get 2 things back if you know you need to play, if you know you need to escape Uro the following turn. But just getting 2 permanents back to your hand is quite nice. I do kind of wish this was targets no cards, then you could rebuy a Blizzard Brawl and use it again, but I can understand why they didn't want to do that. And then choose 3 cards in each graveyard. Their owner shuffle those cards in their library. Yeah, so that's the third part is why I like it against graveyard decks, and it's kind of why I chose to have it in the deck. But for some reason, I thought the first one said each opponent mills 3, but yeah, or each player. But yeah, this is probably fine. I just haven't played it. 3 Boreal Outrider, just making your other snow creatures a little bit, or your other creatures a little bit bigger. What's nice is that, like, you don't care if you're casting an Uro with this. Like, you're still going to get that buff, that bonus. So I'm totally fine with this card. I like her. She's cool. Also, Elk. Jorn and Kaldheim. We didn't get to see Jorn, but Kaldheim is great. The fact that I was able to just weave in a little bit extra, and that's another bonus point to Ascendant Spirit, right? The fact that I'm able to just weave in use of my mana means that I can be more efficient than potentially my opponent can, and just work that mid-rangey value over time. And then, of course, just Jorn being able to potentially untap your snow permanents to make extra mana. So, you know, on turn 4, you get to play, like, you get to cast Uro, and then, depending on what's in your graveyard, escape Uro on the same turn, on turn 4. That has the potential of being a very large blowout. 3 Maelstrom Pulse just destroys things. It's versatile removal. That's why it's in the deck. Uro, it's Uro. Like, we're playing a Simic included mid-range deck. You essentially have to play Uro. It gives you life, it ramps you a little. What's not to love? 3 Draugr Necromancer. I absolutely love this card. Even though we didn't end up using the ability of it, it's a 4-mana 4/4, which is fine stat-wise, and then just having the ability later on to just cast a thing. that has ice counters on it is great. So I believe the way that this works is he has to be on the field in order for you to cast those things. But because it only references ice counters, it doesn't reference the Necromancer itself. It means that if on a later turn you cast another Draugr Necromancer, or even technically like the same one that you got back from the grave or something, then you can cast all of the cards that you own in exile that have ice counters on it, which is really great. I really like. It seems like a lot of the designs that Wizards is putting out recently has this. Like you put a counter on it in exile, so now you don't have to have the exact card, the object, I should say, not even technically the card, in order to get value off of that. So I really do appreciate them moving more that direction. 3 Graven Lores. You get to scry a lot. You get to scry max 5, almost always going to be 5. If you're not scrying 5, no, yeah, if you're not scrying 5, you somehow stole an opponent's land or something. But yeah, essentially this is a 5-mana instant, scry 5, then draw 3 cards. Helpful, just card draw in a mid-range deck. 2 Narfis. I just like the fact that Narfi is something that if we mill off of 3 seasons, we're fine with. If he dies, we can just keep bringing him back. So I really just like having recursive threats in my mid-range decks, especially one that also buffs the rest of my creatures. 2 Blood in the Snow. I really thought this would be too slow, but even against a decently aggressive Gruul Aggro deck, because of the fact that I was able to just rebuy an Uro into play to gain that 3 extra life, Blood in the Snow seems decent when combined with Uro. Yeah, there's not much to say about it. You blow stuff up, you get an Uro back. Icebreaker Kraken, we didn't actually get to see to its fullest potential because it doesn't tap the creatures down. It just makes it so that they stay tapped if they already tapped. So Icebreaker Kraken probably worth a potential cut here. This is the mana base. It's very rudimentary, just 3 of like everything except for Faceless Haven and Shimmerdrift Vale. We might not need the Drift. Yeah, we might not need these. It's possible. Like, we're not really starved. Like, our mana base isn't restrictive here, right? Like, we have a couple of combined pips, and then we have a couple of double pips, but they're all at the high end. I'd be surprised if we wouldn't be able to just cut these for some more basics. Probably what, green and blue. Yeah, so like it's possible that yeet these, green, blue, boom. That would likely be fine. I do like the Fabled Passage. Just deck thinning, but no, we just get to get one of our snow basics. And then Faceless Haven is Faceless Haven, right? Like, I don't want too many because we still do like have 3 colors in the deck, and a lot of these come in tapped, blah blah blah. But it can make a creature for relatively cheap. And I'm gonna very briefly talk about kind of the other snow things that I didn't end up putting in here. Frost Augur, I felt would be a little bit slow in this. I like Ascendant Spirit better because it can grow. Like, this potentially is going to be drawing you a card every turn for 1 and tapping it. But just having a card that does that in a metagame where Gruul Aggro can run you the hell over, I'm not the biggest fan. Avalanche Caller, I do like, but it was actually like the last one cut, I think. Being able to make one of your snow permanents a 4/4 with hexproof and haste is quite nice. It still can die. If I end up swapping out 3 seasons, it would likely be for Avalanche Caller. It's a little bit extra threats. It's a little bit extra defense because you can still animate one of your lands during your opponent's turn, and it works really nicely with Jorn. Right, you can turn a couple of your lands into creatures and attack with them all, and then after combat you'll be able to untap them, and then on your opponent's turn you'll be able to use them again. So that's quite nice. I'm not going to talk about those because they're actual trash. I consider this card, but you can only activate this as a sorcery speed, so I figured it's not actually very good. I think that was it. Oh no, Ice High Troll was another one. I just thought it was better to run these 3 drops than Ice High Troll. Maybe Boreal Outrider could be Ice High Troll because technically speaking we only have 19 creatures. So it's very possible that this is a better card in this specific build than this is. I just really liked Boreal Outrider when I was playing it. So I think that's technically everything. I mean, like, this card's not really, doesn't fit this deck really. So yeah, that's Snow. Once again, happy birthday, Mellow Kitty. For what it's worth, the main reason I'm doing this is because Mellow Kitty's been around on the channel for a while. So there's that. I have a PO box. Feel free to send me nonsense. I'd like to thank my lovely patrons, especially Fogwin, Malik, and Balater, for the continued support. If you'd like to join them and support the show, you'll find links in the description down below. Do of course hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, like, comment, subscribe, and of course, until next time, I will be one.